7,
8, 9, 10, 11,
12,
13, 14,
15,
16,
17,
18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40!
Are your props ready?
Sir, yes, sir!
Are your costumes ready?
Sir, yes, sir!
You love Shakespeare?
Sir, yes, sir!
Is your pre-show ready?
Sir, no, sir.
You have 10 minutes for pre-show.
Thank you, 10!
Company dismissed.
It's okay. We know what to say. We learned about Shakespeare's staging conditions from our tour at the Playhouse.
And we can make it entertaining too. 2, 3, 4.
Come on, we don't have much time.
All the world's a stage, and all the men and women players too. They have their exits and their entrances. There, and there. So, if there's a fire, please remember to exit in an orderly fashion.
Like the world, the great globe itself, this thrust stage is surrounded on all sides by the audience. In Shakespeare's day, audience members came to see and be seen, just like these folks on the gallant stool.
By heaven, I do love this blessed plot, this earth, this realm.
There are more things in heaven and earth than are dreamt of in your philosophy.
True. In addition to all the door entrances, there's an entrance up there and down there, known affectionately as the heavens and hell.
And the main curtain, of course. We call it the discovery space, because who knows what discoveries will occur there.
I have a place wherefore I know not lost all my mirth. The earth seems to me a sterile promontory, this most excellent canopy the air. Look you, this brave o'erhanging firmament, this majestical roof fretted with golden fire.
Silly Hamlet, it's not like we can turn the candles off.
Why? It seems to me no more than a foul and pestilent congregation of vapors.
But how does the audience know the show's about to start if the lights don't go down?
Well, in Shakespeare's company, they performed in the Globe Theater, which was outside, so they had the sun.
But what about when they performed indoors?
They had candles. Look.
And they stayed on during the whole play?
So that actors could see the audience.
They could ask them questions. To be or not to be.
Yeah.
Make them different characters.
But tell me, Jack, whose fellows are these that come after?
Mine, Hal, mine.
I did never see such pitiful rascals.
Because the actors can see the audience, they can make them part of the show.
They could make them furniture.
Oh, Jupiter, how weary are my spirits.
I care not for my spirits, my legs are not weary.
Okay, I get it. But what if a scene takes place at night? How does the audience know it's dark if the lights are on?
Take the balcony scene in Romeo and Juliet, for example.
What man art thou that thus screamed at night, so stumblest on thy counsel?
By your name I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to thyself, and therefore is an enemy to me. Had I written, I would tear the word.
My ears have not yet drunk 100 words of that tongue's utterance, yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo and a Montague?
So Juliet can't see him.
No, because it's dark in the orchard, though Romeo can see Juliet because of the light from her window.
There's also a line that says that Juliet can't see Romeo. Thus
he
he screamed in night.
Audiences are smart. If we say it's dark, they know it's dark, even though at the American Shakespeare Center, we do it with the lights on!
Well, we're doing the pre-show!
Yeah, but really, guys, pause. We need to measure out the measure for measure set.
This church facade is not going to fit.
Could you care to measure it, Bill? I think it'll work.
No, nuh-uh, it's too long.
We just have to set it up correctly.
Wait a second.
You guys hear yourselves? A set? We can totally set this up.
No. I don't think you guys understand. We may do it with the lights on, but we do not do it with a set on stage.
Oh, like it as you like it when Rosalind enters and tells the audience where we are?
Well, this is the Forest of Arden. Wow, so we don't even need a set.
Oh, like if we need trees, we'll just have them put their hands up.
Well, not now. We aren't in the show yet, you guys.
Yeah, who needs anything but a bare
give up. Puns just aren't your thing. You barely even try.
So I'll just go put George back in his cage then? Did anyone get the raw meat for this thing?
No.
Oh, okay. I'll just go put him back in the new bear baiting ring on Beverly Street.
Wait.
It does cause some obstruction of the blood, this cross-gartering. That, if it please the eye of one, it is with me as the true sonnet is. Please one, please all.
Why, how dost thou, man? What is the matter with thee?
We aren't even performing 12th night this session.
You don't like my costume?
Why appear you in this ridiculous boldness?
Because even though Shakespeare's company didn't have big sets, they did have costumes to show off their characters' personality and status. And Malvolio is at the top.
And I think you better reread 12th night.
Oh! Nicole, you're playing Marquis of Lubeck in Fair, aren't you? Sure am. Well, how are you going to show the audience you change your characters? I'll change my costume, of course.
We have a lot of actors who double or play more than one character, and they have to be creative about how they switch between parts.
I play a Mariner and Stefano.
I play Mariner and Trinculo.
And I play Roan and Marsh. Doubling in Shakespeare is especially useful because it can be used to show irony of a scene or highlight parallel relationships between groups of characters.
Oh yeah, like in the... So, characters in the Scottish play double.
Double toil and trouble.
I know. The same actor who plays Cleon's and Macduff's son, and when Ross comes to tell Lady Macduff that her husband is fled, he could also double as the messenger that comes to warn her of the attack on their castle. Okay? And see!
My dearest cuz, I take my leave of you. Shall not be long, but I'll be here again. I take my leave at once.
Sirrah, your father is dead. What will you do now? How will you live?
As birds do, mother. My father's not dead for all you're saying.
Yes, he is dead. How wilt thou do for a father?
Bless you, fair dame. I am not to you known. I doubt some danger does approach you nearly. Hence with your little ones. I dare abide no longer.
Oh! What you egg, young fry of treachery!
He has killed me. Father, run away, I pray you. See? Shakespeare's doubling because his actors need to be able to play more than one role. This is especially handy when he writes more than 30 characters into some of his plays.
Guys, I have a problem.
Is it Dublin Crisis?
No. I'm playing a king, and I still can't get this whole playing a guy thing right.
Scotty, you've had 3 weeks.
No, but I still can't get it. How many of you are playing men?
That's weird. Actually, it's not very unusual. In Shakespeare's time, only men and boys performed on stage, so all the female parts were played by men. Here at camp, we have a similar situation, only in reverse.
Shakespeare frequently had men playing women disguised as men, sometimes dressed as women, such as Rosalind or Viola.
That's great to know, but I still don't know what I'm doing.
Scotty, show us how you normally walk.
Scotty, now think of how a man would walk.
Scotty, let's get down to business.
To defeat
The guns. You're acting like a daughter. What we need, a son. You're the saddest king I've ever met. But you can bet before we're through, honey will make a man out of you. You must be stitched as the prince of cats, with all the wit of a great buffoon, with all the rage of a plotting Brutus, mysterious as the dark side of the
part of ASE shows is the music.
Why do they play music before the shows anyway?
Well, the Elizabethan players would play music both before and during their shows to entertain their audiences. Does that mean we have to play Elizabethan music? Not necessarily. The Elizabethan players would play both contemporary and original pieces.
So to keep with tradition, let's play our own music.
If music be the food of love, play on.
Ships stories are the stuff that dreams are made of. Prosper was abandoned, lonely, and William longed for one and only. Angelo sought vows unholy, and each man got what he deserved. What's life without some love? Justice rises over all. We learn in life and love. Our stories are the stuff that dreams are made of. What's life without some love? Justice rises over all. We learn in life and love. Our stories are the stuff that dreams are made of.
Anyone else get your thumbs? Welcome to the American Shakespeare Center Theater Camp's final day. You have already seen the remarkable work that these children have been giving to us all summer, and I'm so glad to have you in the room so that you can see the rest of it. I am here to introduce to you our Director of Mission, Ralph Allen Cohen, and he is going to take the introductions from there. So, Ralph?
First of all, thanks, Sarah, for being in charge of all of this and all the work you do to put together such a great staff and make this happen. Well, wow, did you saw it? I mean, it was already coming, wasn't it? That was just beautiful, and I was sitting and thinking, what's so special about the camp? And I say every year at this time that this room is never more important than today. This is the big day for me because of the fact that your kids are here and doing what they're doing. But I was also thinking about the way they transform the room entirely and what they learn here. And I think that one of the things that makes it so special is, as beautiful as this room is, it is a really pretty simple space. It has a stage, and it has some entrances, and it has some lights in which we do it. And that's what it has. So what they are learning, in addition to acting and Shakespeare, is they are learning that without technologies, they can come together and entirely change an environment. They are learning that imagination can be made real. And they do it with the lights on, but with nothing else but their talents and their work together, their collaboration. And I know that they're not learning that on some level where they could write an essay about it right now. But deep down inside of them, they can't have come out of this without learning. One of the great things about being human is that you can have wonderful dreams, and then you can make them happen if people are working together. So I do think this is our most important day, and I thank you for sending your kids here and letting us use their talents and become a part of the American Shakespeare Center family. And to thank you further is the chairman of our board, Mary McDermott, whose belief in what we do here is at least as great as mine.
And welcome from our board of trustees and from a
her parents, a special welcome to all of the families here today. The ASC won my heart through the camp. I mean, this place and these people were life-changing for my daughter, Jane. She discovered her life's passion here. And the gift that the Black Friars gives us and our children is precious. And I'm so excited that you're here to see and share what they did today. And I wouldn't be chairman of the board if I didn't say that if today inspires you to support the ASC, we'd be really grateful. Thank you very much.
Mary's not the only one who's been touched by this camp. We are 25 years strong this year at ASC, and for 17 of those years, we've been hosting this camp. And one of the products of that camp is our director of college prep, whose remarkable work you already know. I've heard from so many of you the gratitude that you've expressed to me about how organized, friendly, comforting, lovely, and wonderful Kim Newton is. And I know that you all know that deep in your hearts, as much as your campers do. Working with Kimberly is her right-hand guy, Tom Dumontier, and this year we've gotten to see Tom's artistic side come as he's directed Fair End. So I'd like to introduce you Kim Newton and Tom Dumontier.
Definitely, we want to thank the people that Kim and I get to go home at night to families and loved ones. And we wanted to take this opportunity to bring out the counselors, just to stand here and see the people that have been in the dorms with your campers at all the workshops, ADing the shows. So the biggest round of applause to our amazing counselors.
Inlet MFA program in Shakespeare Performance, who is always supporting us, and to the ASC actors and staff who have come in to have interviews with your campers and to lead them in workshops and in lectures. So let's please give a round of applause.
I think we're ready to go.
Okay, thank you, staff. Our cast for Measure is just presetting, so we will hold this for...
They're ready.
All right, well,
They're
let's
ready.
get this party started.
Yeah! You guys all excited? All I heard from the campers. I didn't hear from the adults. Are you excited? Different pitch tones. My name is Kelly McKinnon. I'm the director of Measure for Measure. These two incredible women are Rachel Bellman and Emily McLeod. They were my ADs, which to me meant that anytime I said I might want something, it would magically appear the next day. So that's handy. They did everything from text work with the kids to wrangling them at all hours of the day and night. And I can't tell you how proud I am of this group of young actors. The groups that come here, number one, who picks to go to a Shakespeare camp for 3 weeks? So it means the caliber of talent that steps into Stanton twice this summer, every summer, is absolutely off the charts. And not only are they incredibly talented, but they're some of the most supportive, dedicated, and hardworking people I've ever worked with. Professional, non-professional, it doesn't matter. You just need to know one thing about how dedicated and professional these kids are. One of my young actors had her appendix out this week. And I heard she was in the hospital all night and that she was getting her appendix out, and then I heard she'll be back on Saturday. And I thought, oh, it's never gonna happen. But they're like, are you okay if she misses rehearsal and still wants to do the show? I was like, well, of course, this is about them if they want it. And I said this to the cast, we all okay with this? And they were like, of course. So it didn't matter, they support each other, and I'll bet you will have absolutely no idea which one it is. But again, they're just spectacular young performers, phenomenal young actors, and sponges for everything you can throw at them. And I threw a lot. And the fact that I am still alive right now to tell you what it means that they're willing to work harder than you would ever think possible. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Measure for Measure.
Escalus!
My lord.
There is our commission from which we would not have you warp. Call hither, I say, bid come before us, Angelo. What figure of us think you he will bear? For you must know we have with special soul elected him our absence to supply, and given his deputation all the organs of our own power. What think you of it?
If any in Vienna be of worth to undergo such ample grace and honor, it is Lord Angelo.
Look where he comes.
Always obedient to your grace's will, I come to know your pleasure.
Angelo, in our remove, be thou at full ourself. Mortality and mercy in Vienna live in thy tongue and heart. Old Escalus, though first in question, is thy secondary. Take thy commission. Our haste from hence is of so quick condition that it prefers itself and leaves unquestioned matters of needful value. We shall write to you as time and our concerns importune how it goes with us. So fare you well. To the hopeful execution do I leave you of your commissions.
The heavens give safety to your purposes.
Lead forth and bring you back in happiness.
I thank you. Very well.
I will wait upon your honor.
Oh!
Behold, where madam mitigation comes. I have purchased as many diseases under her roof as tongue too.
Now, which of your hips has the most profound sciatica?
There's one yonder arrested and carried to prison, was worth 5,000 of you all.
Who's that, I pray thee?
There
that's Claudio. Signor Claudio?
Claudio to prison? 'Tis not so.
Nay, but I know 'tis so. I saw him arrested, saw him carried away, and which is more, within these 3 days, his head to be chopped off.
Art thou sure of this?
I am too sure of it, and it is forgetting Madame Julietta with child.
Away! Let's go learn the truth of it.
Thus what with the war, what with the sweat, what with the gallows, what with the poverty, I am custom shrunk. How now, what's the news with you?
Yonder man is carried to prison.
Well, what has he done?
A woman.
But what's his offense?
Roping for trouts in a peculiar river.
You've not heard of the proclamation, have you? What proclamation, man?
All houses in the suburbs of Vienna must be plucked down.
What shall become of those in the city?
They shall stand to see. They had gone down too, but a wise burgher put in for them.
Why, here's a change indeed in the Commonwealth. What shall become of me?
Come, fear not you. Good counselors lack no clients. Though you change your place, you need not change your trade. Here comes Signor Claudio, led by the Provost, the Prince.
And there's Madame Juliet.
Why, how now, Claudio, whence comes this restraint?
From too much
Liberty and serpent is the father of much craft. For every scope like the immoderate youth turns to restraint.
What's thy offense, Claudio?
Away, sir, you must go.
One word, good friend.
Lucio, a word with you.
100 if they'll do you any good.
Upon a true contract, I got possession of Juliet's debt. You know the lady. She is fast my wife, saying that we do denunciation lack of outward order. But a chance of distel for our most mutual entertainment, with character too gross, is writ on Juliet.
With child, perhaps?
Unhappily even so. And the new deputy, now for the Duke, now puts the drowsy and neglected act freshly on me, to Shirley for a name.
Send after the Duke and appeal to him.
I have done so, but he's not to be found. I prithee, Lucio, do me this kind service. This day my sister should the cloister enter, and there receive her approbation. Acquaint her with the danger of my state. Implore her in my voice that she make friends with the strict deputy. Bid herself essay them. I've great hope in that, for in her youth there was a prone and speechless dialect such as moves men. Besides, she hath prosperous art when she would play with reason and discourse, and well she can persuade.
I pray she may, to her.
I thank you, good friend Lucio.
Within 2 hours.
Come, officer, away.
I desire thee to give me secret harbor. Hath a purpose more grave and wrinkled than the aims and ends of burning youth.
May your grace speak of it.
I have delivered to Lord Angelo my absolute power and place here in Vienna, and he supposes me traveled to Poland, and so it is received. Now, pious sir, you will demand of me why I do this.
Gladly, my lord.
We have strict statutes and most biting laws, which for these 14 years we have let slip.
It rested in your grace to unloose this tide of justice when you please, and it in you more dreadful would have seemed than in Lord Angelo.
I do fear too dreadful. Sith 'twas my fault to give the people scope, 'twould be my tyranny to strike and dull them for what I bid them do. Therefore, my father, I have imposed on Angelo the office who may in the ambush of my name strike home and behold his sway. I will, as 'twere a brother of your order, visit both prince and people. Therefore, I prithee, supply me with the habit and instruct me how I may formally in person bear like a true friar. Hence shall we see if power change purpose, what our seemers be.
And have you nuns no further privileges?
Are not these large enough?
Yes, truly, I speak not as desiring more, but rather wishing a more strict restraint upon the sisterhood, the votarists of St. Clair.
Oh, peace be in this place!
Who's that which calls?
Isabella. You may, I may not. You are yet unsworn. When you have vowed, you must not speak with men, but in the presence of the priorite. Then, if you speak, you must not show your face. Or, if you show your face, you must not speak.
Ho, sister!
He calls again. I pray you, answer him.
Peace and prosperity. Who is that called?
Hail, Virgin, can you so stand me as to bring me to the sight of Isabella, a novice of this place, and fair sister to her unhappy brother Claudio?
Why her unhappy brother? Let me ask, the rather for I now must make you know, I am that Isabella and his sister, gentle and fair.
Your brother kindly greets you. He's in prison.
Wrong me for what?
Yet but his friend with child.
Someone with child by him. My cousin Juliet.
Is she your cousin?
A daughter
line of his authority governs Lord Angelo, a man whose blood is very snow broth, hath picked out an act upon whose heavy sentence your brother's life falls into forfeit. All hope is gone, unless you have the grace by your fair prayer to soften Angelo.
Doth he so seek his life?
Has censured him already, and as I hear, the provost hath a warrant for his execution.
Alas, what poor abilities in me to do him good.
Go to Lord Angelo, and let him learn to know when maidens sue, men give like gods. But when they weep and kneel, all their petitions are as freely theirs as they themselves would owe them.
I'll see what I can do.
But speedily.
I will about it straight. I humbly thank you, sir. Commend me to my brother. Soon at night I'll send him certain word of my success.
I take my leave of you.
Good sir, adieu.
We must not make a scarecrow of the law, and let it keep one shape till custom make it their perch and not their terror.
Aye, but yet let us be keen and rather cut a little than fall and bruise to death. Alas, this gentleman, whom I would save, had a most noble father. Let but your honor know whether you had not sometime in your life erred in this point which now you censure him, and pulled the law upon you.
'Tis one thing to be tempted, Escalus, another thing to fall. When I that censure him do so offend, let mine own judgment pattern out my death, and nothing come impartial. Sir, he must die.
Be it as your wisdom will.
Where's the provost?
Here, if it likes your honor.
See that Claudio be executed by 9 tomorrow morning.
Well, heaven forgive him, and forgive us all. Some rise by sin, and some by virtue fall.
Come, bring them away, if these be good people in the commonweal that do nothing but use their abuses in common houses. I know no law. Bring them away!
What's your name and what's the matter?
If it please your honor, I am the poor Duke's constable, and my name is Elbow. I do lean upon justice, sir, and do bring here before your good honor 2 notorious benefactors!
Benefactors. Well, what benefactors are they? Are they not malefactors?
If it please your honor, I know not well what they are, but precise villains they are, that I am sure of.
What are you, sir?
He, sir, a tapster, sir, parcel bought, one that serves a bad woman, whose house, sir, was, as they say, put down in the suburbs, and now she requests in a hot house, which I think very ill house.
And how dost thou know that, constable?
Married, sir, by my wife, who, if she had been a woman, cardinally given, might have been accused of adultery, fornication, and all uncleanliness there.
By the woman's means.
Aye, sir, by Mistress Overdone's means, but as she spit in his face, so she defied him.
Sir, if it please your honor, this is not so.
Prove it for these varlets here now. Honorable man, prove it.
Do you hear how he misplaces?
Sir, she came in great with child and longing, saving your honor's reverence for stewed prunes. Sir, as I say this, Mistress Elbow being, as I say, with child and being great-bellied and longing, as I said, for prunes. Master Froth, this very man, having eaten the rest, as I said and as I say, paying for them very honestly, for as you know, Master Froth, I could not give you 3 pence again.
No, indeed.
Come, you are a tedious fool, to the purpose. What was done to Elbow's wife that he hath cause to complain of? Come me to what was done to her.
Sir, your honor cannot come to that yet.
No, sir, nor I mean it not.
Sir, but you shall come to it by your honor's leave. And I beseech you, look into Master Froth here, a man of 80 pounds a year whose father died at Hallowmas. Was not at Hallowmas, Master Froth?
All holidays.
This will outlast a night in Russia, when nights are longest there. I'll leave you to the hearing of the cause, hoping you'll find good cause to whip them all.
Now, sir, come on. What was done to Elbow's wife once more?
Once, sir? Nothing was done to her once.
First, and it like you, the house is a respected house. Next, this is a respected fellow. And his mistress is a respected woman.
By this hand, sir, his wife is a more respected person than any of us all.
Violence! Their lives
doth have some offences in him that thou wouldst discover, if thou couldst. Let him continue in his courses until thou knowst what they are.
Mary, I thank your worship for it. Thou seest, thou wicked varlet, now what's come upon thee. Thou art to continue now, thou varlet, thou art to continue.
Where were you born, friend?
Here in Vienna, sir.
Are you of 80 pounds a year?
Yes, and it please you, sir.
So, what trade are you of, sir?
A tapster, a poor widow's tapster.
Your mistress' name?
Mistress Overdone.
Hath she had any more than one husband?
9, sir, overdone by the last.
9? Come hither to me, Master Froth. Master Froth, I do not have you acquainted with tapsters. They will draw you, Master Froth, and you will hang them. Get you gone and let me hear no more of you.
I thank your worship. For mine own part, I never come into any room in a tap house. I am drawn in.
Well, no more, Master Froth. Farewell. Come hither to me, Mr. Tapster. What's your name, Mr. Tapster?
Pompey.
What else?
Bum, sir.
Well, troth, and your bum is the greatest thing about you. So in that beastliest sense, you are Pompey the Great. Pompey, you are partly a bawd, howsoever you color it in being a tapster, are you not? Come, tell me true, it shall be better for you.
Truly, sir, I am a poor fellow that would live.
How would you live, Pompey? By being a bawd? What do you think of the trade, Pompey? Is it a lawful trade?
If the law would allow it, sir.
But the law will not allow it, Pompey. I advise you let me not find you before me again under any complaint whatsoever. If I do, Pompey, I shall have you whipped. So for this time, Pompey, fare you well.
I thank your worship for your good counsel, but I shall follow it as the flesh and fortune shall better determine.
It grieves me for the death of Claudio. Lord Angelo is severe, it is but needful. Mercy is not itself that oft looks so. Pardon is still the nurse of second woe. But yet, poor Claudio, there is no remedy.
Now, what's the matter, Provost?
Is it your will Claudio shall die tomorrow?
Did I not tell thee yea? Hadst thou not order? Why dost thou ask again?
Lest I might be too rash. Under your good correction, I have seen, when after execution judgment hath repented o'er his doom.
And go to, let that be mine. Do your office or give up your place.
Here is the sister of the man condemned, desires access to you.
Hath thee a sister?
I, my good lord, a very virtuous maid, and to be shortly of a sisterhood, if not already.
Well, let her be admitted.
Say it, your honor.
Stay a little while. You are welcome. What's your will?
I am a woeful suitor to your honor. Please, but your honor, hear me.
Well, what's your suit?
I have a brother is condemned to die. I do beseech you, let it be his fault, and not my brother. Heaven keep him moving graces.
Condemn the fault and not the actor of it? Why, every fault's condemned ere it be done. Mine were the very cipher of a function to find the faults whose fine stands on record and let go by the actor.
Just but severe law. I had a brother then. Heaven keep your honor. Give it not o'er so to him again. Entreat him. Must he needs die?
Maiden, no remedy.
Yes, I do think that you might pardon him, and neither heaven nor man grieve at the mercy.
I will not do it.
But can you, if you would?
Look, what I will not, that I cannot do.
But might you do it and do the world no wrong, if so your heart were touched with that remorse, as mine is to him?
May his sentence, 'tis too late.
You are too cold. Too late. Why, no, I that do speak a word may call it back again. Well, believe this, no ceremony that to great ones longs, not the king's crown nor the deputed sword, the marshal's truncheon nor the judge's robe become them with one half so good a grace as mercy does. If he had been as you and you as he, you would have slipped like him, but he like you would not have been so stern.
Pray you be gone.
I would to heaven I had your potency, and you were Isabella.
Be you content, fair maid. It is the law, not I, condemn your brother. Were he my kinsman, brother, or my son, it should be thus with him. He must die tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Oh, that's sudden! Spare him! Spare him! Tell me, who is it that hath died for this offense? There's many have committed it.
Aye, well said.
The law hath not been dead, though it hath slept. Now 'tis awake, takes note of what is done.
Yet show some pity.
I show it most of all when I show justice, for then I pity those I do not know.
Oh, it is excellent to have a giant's strength, but it is tyrannous to use it like a giant.
Why do you put these sayings upon me?
Go to your bosom, knock there, and ask your heart what it doth know that's like my brother's fault. If it confess a natural guiltiness such as is his, let it not sound a thought upon your tongue against my brother's life.
She speaks, and to such sense that my sense breeds with it. Fare you well.
Gentle, my lord, turn back.
I will bethink me. Come again tomorrow.
Hark how I'll bribe you. Good, my lord, turn back.
How? Bribe me?
Aye, with such gifts that heaven shall share with you.
You have barred all else.
Not with fond sickles of the tested gold, but with true prayers from fasting maids whose minds are dedicate to nothing temporal.
Well, come to me tomorrow.
Go to, 'tis well. Away, heaven, keep your honor safe.
From thee, and from thy virtue. What's this? What's this? Is this her fault or mine? The tempter or the tempted? Who sins most? Huh? Not she. Nor doth she tempt. But it is I. Oh, fie, fie, fie! What art thou, Angelo? Dost thou desire her foully for those things that make her good? Never could the strumpet once stir my temper, but this virtuous maid subdues me quite. Ever till now, when men were fond, I smiled and wondered how.
Hail to you, Provost. So I think you are.
I am the Provost. What is your will, good Friar?
Bound by my charity and my blessed order, I come to visit the afflicted spirits here in the prison.
I would be more than that if more were needful. Look, here comes one, a gentlewoman of mine, who falling in the flaws of her own youth hath blistered her report. She is with child, and he that got it, sentenced. A young man more fit to do another such offense than die for this.
When must he die?
As I do think, tomorrow.
Repent you, fair one, of the sin you carry?
I do, and bear the shame most patiently.
Love you the man that wronged you?
Yes, as I love the woman that wronged him.
So it seems your most offenseful act was mutually committed?
Mutually.
And was your sin a heavier kind than his?
I do repent me as it is an evil, and take the shame with joy.
There rest. Your partner, as I hear it, must die tomorrow. And I'm going with instruction to him. Grace go with you. Benediction there.
Must die tomorrow? Oh, Juliet! Ah!
When I would think and pray, I pray and think to several subjects. Heaven hath my empty words, whilst my invention, hearing not my tongue, is on Isabella. How now? Who's there?
One, Isabel, a sister desires access to you.
Teach her the way. Oh heavens, why does my blood thus muster to my heart, making it both unable for itself and dispossessing all my other parts of necessary fitness? How now, fair maid?
I am come to know your pleasure.
That you might know it would much better please me than to demand what 'tis. Your brother cannot live.
Even so, heaven keep your honor.
Yet, he may live a while. It may be as long as you or I, yet he must die.
Under your sentence.
Yea.
When? I beseech you that in his reprieve, longer or shorter, he may be so fitted that his soul sicken not.
Which had you rather? That the most just law now took your brother's life, or, to redeem him, give up your body to such sweet uncleanness as she that he hath stained?
Sir, believe this, I had rather give up my body than my soul.
I talk not of your soul.
How say you?
Answer to this. I, now the voice of the recorded law, pronounce a sentence on your brother's life. Might there not be a charity in sin to save this brother's life?
That I do beg his life. If it be sin, heaven let me bear it. You granting of my suit, if that be sin, I'll make it my more in prayer and have it added to the faults of mine, and nothing of your answer.
Nay, but hear me, your sense pursues not mine. I'll speak more gross. Your brother is to die.
So?
Admit no other way to save him than that you, his sister, finding yourself desired of such a person whose credit with the judge could fetch your brother from the manacles of the all-building law, either you must lay down the treasures of your body to the supposed, or else to let him suffer. What would you do?
As much for my poor brother as myself. That is were I under the terms of death. The impression of keen whips I'd wear as rubies and strip myself to death as to a bed that longing have been sick for. Ere I'd yield my body up to shame.
Then must your brother die.
And 'twere the cheaper way. Better it were a brother died at once, than that a sister, by redeeming him, should die forever.
Were not you then as cruel as the sentence you have slandered so?
Lawful mercy is nothing kin to foul redemption.
You seemed of late to make the law a tyrant, and rather prove the sliding of your brother a merriment than a vice.
I something do excuse the thing I hate for his advantage, that I dearly love.
Plainly conceive, I love you.
My brother did love Juliet, and you tell me he shall die for it.
He shall not, Isabella, if you give me love.
I know your virtue hath a license in it, which seems a little fouler than it is to pluck on others.
Believe me on my honor. My words express my purpose.
Little honor to be much believed, and most pernicious purpose, seeming I will proclaim thee, Angelo, look for it. Sign me a present pardon for my brother, or with an outstretched throat I'll tell the world aloud what man thou art.
Who will believe thee, Isabella? My unsoiled name, the austereness of my life, will so your accusation overweigh that you shall stifle in your own rapport and smell of calumny. Redeem thy brother by yielding up thy body to my will, or else must he not only die the death, but thy own kindness shall his death draw out to lingering sufferance. Answer me tomorrow, or by the affection that now guides me most, I'll prove a tyrant to him. As for you, say what you can. My false o'erweighs your true.
To whom should I complain? Should I tell this, who would believe me? Oh, to my brother, though he hath fallen by prompture of the blood, yet hath he in him such a mind of honor, that had he 20 heads to tender down on 20 bloody blocks, he'd yield them up before his sister should her body stoop to such abhorred pollution. And Isabella live chaste, and brother die. More than our brother is our chastity. I'll tell him yet of Angelo's request, and fit his mind to death for his soul's rest.
So then you hope of pardon from Lord Angelo?
The miserable have no other medicine but hope. I hope to live and am prepared to die.
What ho! Peace here, grace, and good company.
Dear sir, ere long I'll visit you again.
I thank you, most holy sir.
My business is a word or two with Claudio.
And very welcome. Look, senor, here is your sister.
Provost, a word with you.
As many as you please.
Bring me to hear them speak where I may be concealed.
Now, sister, what's the comfort? Why, as all comforts are, most good indeed, Lord Angelo, having affairs to heaven, intends you for his swift ambassador.
Is there no remedy?
Yes, brother, you may live. There is a devilish mercy in the judge, if you'll implore it, that will free your life, but fetter you till death.
Why give you me this shame? If I must die, I will encounter darkness as a bride and hug it in mine arms.
There spake my brother. This outward sainted deputy is yet a devil.
Angelo?
Dost thou think, Claudio, if I might yield him my virginity, thou mightst be free?
Thou shalt not do it.
Oh, were it but my life, I'd throw it down for your deliverance as frankly as a pin.
Thanks, dear Isabel.
Be ready, Claudio, for your death tomorrow.
Oh, Isabel!
What says my brother?
Death is a fearful thing.
And shamed life a hateful.
Aye, but to die and go we know not where.
brother's life, nature dispenses with the deed so far that it becomes a virtue.
Oh, you beast! Wilt thou be made a man out of my vice? It's not a kind of incest to take life from thine own sister. Shame.
Hey, hear me, Isabella.
Oh, fie, mercy! To thee would prove itself a bond. 'Tis best thou diest quickly.
Oh, hear me, Isabella!
Vouchsafe a word, young sister, but one word.
What's your will?
I would by and by have some speech with you.
I will attend you a while.
Son, I have overheard what hath passed between you and your sister. Do not satisfy your resolution with hopes that are fallible. Tomorrow you must die. Go to your knees and make ready.
I am so out of love with life that I will sue to be rid of it.
The hand that hath made you fair hath made you good.
I had rather my brother die by the law than my son should be unlawfully born. But oh, how the good Duke is deceived in Angelo.
As the matter now stands, he will avoid your accusation. Therefore, fasten your ear to my advisings. A remedy presents itself. I do make myself believe that you may most righteously do a poor wronged lady a merited benefit. Redeem your brother from the angry law. Do no stain to your own gracious person, and much please the absent Duke, if peradventure he shall ever return to have hearing of this business.
Let me hear you speak farther. I have spirit to do anything that appears not foul in the truth of my spirit.
Have you not heard speak of Mariana, sister of Frederick, the great soldier, who miscarried at sea?
I have heard of the lady, and good words went with her name.
She should this Angelo have married, between which the time of the contract her brother Frederick was wracked at sea, having in that perished vessel the dowry of his sister. Mark how heavily this befell to the poor gentlewoman. There she lost a noble and renowned brother, with him the portion and sinew of her fortune, her marriage dowry, with both her combined husband, this well-seeming Angelo.
Can this be so? Did Angelo so leave her?
Left her in her tears, and dried not one of them with his comfort, swallowed his vows whole, containing in her discoveries of dishonor.
And how out of this can she avail?
Go you to Angelo. Agree with his demands to the point. Only refer yourself to this advantage. First, that your stay with him may not be long, that the time have all shadow and silence in it, and the place answer to convenience. This being granted, of course, and now follows all, we shall advise this wronged maid to go in your place. And hereby this is your brother saved, your honor untainted, the poor Mariana advantage, and the corrupt deputy scaled. The maid will I frame and make fit for his attempt. What think you of it?
The image of it gives me content already, and I trust it will grow to a most prosperous perfection.
Haste you speedily to Angelo. If this night he entreat you unto his bed, give him promise of satisfaction.
I thank you for this comfort. Fare you well, good father.
Come your way, sir. Bless you, good Father Friar. He must before the deputy, sir. He has given him warning. The deputy cannot abide a whore, master.
I spy comfort, I spy bail. He is a gentleman and a friend of mine.
How now, noble Pompey? What, at the wheels of Caesar, art thou led in triumph? Art going to prison, Pompey?
Yes, faith, sir.
Why, 'tis not amiss, Pompey. Farewell, go say I sent thee hither. Or debt, Pompey, or how?
For being a bawd, for being a bawd.
Well, then imprison him, if imprisonment be the due of a bawd. Why, 'tis his right.
I hope, sir, your good worship will be my bail.
No, indeed, will I not, Pompey. Adieu, trusty Pompey. Bless you, Friar.
And you?
What news, Friar, of the Duke?
I know none. Can you tell me of any?
Some say he's with the Emperor of Russia. Others some he is in Rome, but where is he, think you?
I know not where, but wheresoever I wish him well.
It was a mad, fantastical trick of him to steal from the state. Lord Angelo dukes it well in his absence.
He does well in it.
A little more lenity to lechery would do no harm in him.
It is too general a vice, and severity must cure it.
They say this Angelo was not made by man and woman after this downright way of creation. Is it true, think you? It is certain that when he makes water, his urine is congealed ice.
pace.
Why, what a ruthless thing is this in him for the rebellion of a codpiece, to take away the life of a man? Would the Duke that is absent have done this? He had some feeling of the sport, he knew the service, and that instructed him to mercy.
'Tis not possible.
Who? Not the Duke. He would be drunk too, that let me inform you.
You do him wrong, surely.
Sir, I know him and I love him.
Love talks with better knowledge, and knowledge with dear love.
Come, sir, I know what I know.
If ever the Duke return, and our prayers are that he may, let me desire you to make your answer before him. I heard your name.
Sir, my name is Lucio, well known to the Duke.
He shall know you better, sir, if I may live to report you.
I heard you not. But no more of this. Farewell, good Friar.
No might, nor greatness in mortality can cinch escape. But who comes in?
No, away with her to prison.
Good, my lord. Be good to me. The honor is accounted a merciful man. Good, my lord.
While letting years continuance may please your honor.
My lord, this is one Lucio's information against me. Mistress Kate Keatdown was with child by him in the Duke's time. He promised her marriage.
That fellow is a fellow of much license. Let him be called before us. Away with her to prison. Go to, no more words. Provost! My brother Claudio, Angelo, will not be altered. Claudio must die tomorrow.
So please you, this friar had been with him and advised him for the entertainment of death.
Good even, good friar.
Bliss and goodness on you.
Of whence are you?
Not of this country, though my chances now to use it for my time.
What news abroad in the world?
None.
How you find Claudio prepared?
He most willingly humbles himself with the determination of justice.
I've labored for the poor gentleman to the extremest shores of my modesty. I'm going to visit the prisoner. Fare you well.
Peace be with you. Craft against vice I must apply. With Angelo tonight shall lie his old betrothed, but despised. So disguised by the disguised pays with falsehood, false exacting, and fulfill an old contracting.
Take the lips away that so sweetly were forsworn. Take the lips away that so sweetly were forsworn.
I crave mercy, sir. The welcome wish you had not found me here so musical.
'Tis good. Though music oft had such a charm to make bad good, and good provokes to harm. I shall crave your forbearance a little. Maybe I will call upon you anon for some advantage to yourself.
I am always found here.
Very well met and well come. What is the news from this good deputy?
He hath a garden circummured with brick, whose western side is with a vineyard backed. There, upon the heavy middle of the night, have I made my promise to call upon him.
But shall you on your knowledge find this way?
He did show me the way twice o'er.
What ho with it? Come forth. I pray you be acquainted with this maid. She comes to do you good.
I do desire the like.
Well, please you walk aside.
O place and greatness, millions of false eyes are stuck upon thee. Volumes of report run with these false and most contrarious quest upon thy doings. 1,000 escapes of wit make thee the father of their idle dream and crack thee in their fancies. Welcome. How be it?
Take the enterprise upon her, father, if you advise it.
It is not my consent, but my entreaty too.
Little have you to say when you depart from him, but soft and low. Remember now, my brother.
Fear me not.
Nor, gentle daughter, fear you not at all. He is your husband on a pre-contract. To bring you together thus, 'tis no sin. Come, let us go. Our corns to reap, for yet our tithes to sow.
Come hither, sirrah. Can you cut off a man's head?
If a man be a bachelor, sir, I can. But if he be a married man, he's his wife's head, and I can never cut off a woman's head.
Come, sir. Leave me your snatches and yield me a direct answer. Tomorrow morning are to die Claudio and Barnaby.
Here is in our prison a common executioner who in his office lacks a helper. If you will take it on you to assist him, it shall redeem you from your jobs. If not, you shall have your full time of imprisonment for deliverance of unpitied whipping, for you have been a notorious bawd.
Sir, I have been an unlawful bawd time out of mind, but yet I will be content to be a lawful hangman. I would be glad to receive some instruction from my fellow partner.
What ho! Abhorson! Where's Abhorson there?
Do you call, sir?
Sarah, here's a fellow who will help you tomorrow in your execution. He has been a bawd.
A bawd, sir. Fie upon him. He will discredit our mystery.
You call, sir, your occupation a mystery?
Aye, sir. A mystery.
But what mystery there should be in hanging?
Sir, it is a mystery.
Are you agree?
Sir, I will serve him, for I do find your hangman is a more penitent trade than your bawd. He doth often ask forgiveness.
You, Sarah. Divide your block and your axe tomorrow, 4 o'clock.
Come on, bawd. I will instruct thee in my trade. Follow.
Do decide to learn, sir.
Have you no countermand for Claudio yet, but he must die tomorrow?
None, sir. None.
It's near the dawning, Provost, as it is. You shall hear more ere morning. This is his lord's man.
And here comes Claudio's party.
Pray, let's hear it. Whatsoever you may hear to the contrary, let Claudio be executed by 4 of the clock, and in the afternoon Barnaby. For my better satisfaction, let me have Claudio's head sent me by 5. Thus fail not to do your office, as you will answer it at your peril. What is that Barnaby who is to be executed in the afternoon?
One that is a prisoner, 9 years old.
Hath he borne himself penitently in prison?
A man that apprehends death no more dreadfully, but as a drunken sleep. Careless, reckless, fearless of what's past, present, or to come. Insensible of mortality and desperately mortal.
He wants advice. More of him anon. There is written in your brow, Provost, honesty and constancy. I will lay myself in hazard. Claudio, whom here you have ordered to execute, is no greater forfeit to the law than Angelo, who had sentenced him. To make you understand this in a manifested effect, I crave but 4 days' respite, for the which you are to do me both a present and a dangerous courtesy.
Pray, sir, in what?
In the delaying death.
Alack, how may I do it? Having the hour limited and an express command under penalty to deliver his head in view of Angelo.
By the vow of mine order, I warrant you. If my instructions may be your guide, let this Barnardine be this morning executed and his head borne to Angelo.
Angelo hath seen them both and will discover the favor.
Death's a great disguiser.
Pardon me, good lord. It is against my oath.
You sworn to the Duke or to the deputy?
To him and to his substitutes.
You would think you had made no offense if the Duke avouched the justice of your dealings?
But what likelihood is in that?
Not a resemblance, but a certainty. Look you, sir. Here is the hand and seal of the Duke. You know the character, I doubt not? And the signet is not strange to you?
I know them both.
The contents of this is the return of the Duke. You shall anon overread this at your pleasure. This is a thing that Angelo knows not, for he this very day receives letters of strange tenor, perchance of the Duke's death, perchance entering into some monastery, but by chance nothing of what is writ. Yet you are amazed, and this shall absolutely resolve you. Come away, it is almost clear dawn.
I am as well acquainted here as I was in a house of profession. One would think it were Mistress Overdone's own house, for here be many of her old customers. First, he is young Mr. Rash and old Ginger. Then is there here one Mr. Caper, and young Drop Air that killed Lusty Pudding, and Mr. Forthlight, the great tilter, and brave Mr. Shooty, the great traveler, and Wild Halfcan that and I think 40 more. All great doers in our trade and are now for the Lord's sake.
Sarah, read Barnaby Heather.
Mr. Barnardine, you must rise and be hanged, Mr. Barnardine.
What? No, Barnardine.
Pass on your throat. Who makes that noise there? What are you?
Your friend, sir, the hangman. You must be so good, sir, to rise and be put to death.
Away, Roan, away. I am sleepy.
Tell him he must awake, and that quickly, too.
Pray, Mr. Barnardine, awake till you are executed and sleep afterwards.
Is the axe upon the block, Sarah?
Very ready, sir.
Oh no, Abhorson, what's the news with you?
Truly, sir, I would desire you to clap into your prayers. For look you, the warrants come.
You rogue, I've been drinking all night. I'm not fitted for it.
Here comes your ghostly father. Do you destine now, think you?
Sir, I am come to advise you, comfort you, and pray with you.
Friar, not I. I have been drinking hard all night. I will not consent to die this day.
Oh, sir, you must. Therefore, I beseech you, look forward on the journey you shall go.
I swear I will not die this day for any man's persuasion.
Unfit to live or die. Oh, rabble heart. After him, fellows, bring him to the block.
Now, sir. Now, sir, how do you find the prisoner?
A creature unprepared, unmeet for death, and to transport him in the mind that he is were damnable.
Here in the prison, father, there died this morning of a cruel fever one Ragazine, a most notorious pirate. A man of Claudio's years, his beard and head just of his color. What if we do omit this reprobate, till he were well inclined, and satisfy the deputy with a visage of Ragazine more like to Claudio?
Oh, 'tis an accident. Heaven provides. Dispatch it presently. The hour draws off.
So shall be done, father, presently.
Quick, dispatch. Send ahead to Angelo. Now will I write letters to Angelo, whose contents shall witness to him that I am near at home, and that by great injunctions I am bound to enter publicly. Him I desire to meet me at the consecrated fount a league below the city, and from thence by cold gradation and a well-balanced form we shall proceed with Angelo.
Here's the head.
Convenient is it. Make a swift return, for I would commune with you of such things that want no ear but yours.
I'll make all speed.
Peace ho, be here.
The tongue of Isabella. She's come to know if yet her brother's pardon be come hither. But I will keep her ignorant of her good, to make her heavenly comforts of despair when it is least expected.
Oh, by your leave.
Good morning to you, fair and gracious daughter.
The better given to me by so holy a man hath yet the deputy sent for my brother's pardon.
He hath released him, Isabella, from the world. His head is off, and sent to Angelo.
Nay, but it is not so.
It's no other.
Unhappy Claudio! Wretched Isabel! Injurious woe! Most damned Angelo!
This nor hurts him, nor profits you a jot. Forbear it, therefore. Give your cause to heaven. Mark what I say. The Duke comes home tomorrow. Already he had carried notice to Escalus and Angelo, who do prepare to meet him at the gates, there to give up their power. If you can pace your wisdom in the good path that I would wish it go, and you shall have your bosom on this wretch. Grace of the Duke, revenges to your heart, and general honor. This letter to Friar Pickering. 'Tis that he that sent me of the Duke's return. Say by this token I desire his company at Mariana's house tonight. He shall bring you before the Duke, and to the head of Angelo
Accuse him home and home. For my poor self, I'm confined by a sacred vow and shall be absent.
Why did you with this letter? Who is here?
Good evening. Friar, where's the Provost?
Not within, sir. Fare you well.
Nay, tarry, I'll go along with thee. I can tell thee pretty tales of the Duke.
You have told me far too many of him already, sir. If they be true, if not true, none were enough.
I was once before him forgetting a wench with child.
Did you such a thing?
Yes, married, did I, but I was fain to forswear they would also have married me to the rotten meddler.
Sir, your company is fairer than honest. Rest you well.
By my troth, I'll go with thee to the lane's end. If body talk offend you, will have very little of it. Nay, Friar, I am kind of burr, I shall stick.
And why should we proclaim it in an hour before his entering, that if any crave redress of injustice, they should exhibit their petitions in the street?
He shows his reason for that, to have a dispatch of complaints.
Well, I beseech you, let it be, proclaim it be.
I shall, sir, fare you well.
This deed unshapes me quite. A deflowered maid, and by an eminent body that enforce the law against it. But that her tender shame will not proclaim against her maiden loss, how might she tongue me? Yet reason dares her no, for my authority bears of a credent bulk that no particular scandal once can touch, but it confounds the breather. He should have lived. Alack, when once our grace we have forgot, nothing goes right we would and we would not.
My very worthy cousin, fairly met. Our old and faithful friend, we are glad to see you.
Happy return be to your royal grace.
Many and hearty thanks to you both. We have made inquiry of you, and we hear such goodness of your justice that our soul cannot but yield you forth to public thanks.
You make my bond still greater.
Oh, your desert speaks loud. Come, Escalus, you must walk by us on our other hand, and good supporters are you.
Now's your time to speak loudly and kneel before him.
Justice! O royal duke, dishonor not your eye till you have heard me in my true complaint and given me justice. Justice! Justice! Justice!
Relate your wrongs, in what, by whom, be brief. Here is Lord Angelo, shall give you justice. Reveal yourself to him.
O worthy duke, you bid me seek redemption of the devil. Hear me for yourself, for that which I must speak must either punish me, not being believed, or wring redress from you. Hear me, oh, hear me here.
My lord, her wits, I fear me, are not firm. She hath been a suitor to me for her brother, cut off by course of justice.
By course of justice.
And she will speak most bitterly and strange.
Most strange, but yet most truly will I speak. But Angelo's forsworn. Is it not strange? That Angelo's a murderer. Is it not strange? That Angelo's an adulterous thief, an hypocrite, a virgin violator. Is it not strange and strange?
Away with her. Poor soul, she speaks this in the infirmity of sense.
Believe it, royal prince, if he be less, he's nothing, but he's more had I more name for badness.
By mine honesty, as I believe no other, her madness hath the oddest frame of sense.
I am the sister of one Claudio, condemned upon the act of fornication to lose his head. Condemned by Angelo. I, in probation of a sisterhood, was sent to by my brother, one Lucio, as then the messenger.
That's I, and like to your grace, I came to her from Claudio and desired her to try her gracious fortune with Lord Angelo for her poor brother's pardon.
You were not bid to speak.
No, my good lord, proceed.
I now begin with grief and shame to utter. He would not, but by gift of my chaste body, to his concupiscible intemperate lust, release my brother. And after much debate, my sisterly remorse confutes mine honor, and I did yield to him. The next morn, he sends a warrant for my poor brother's head.
By heaven, fond wretch, he knows not what thou speakst, or else thou art suborned against his honor in hateful practice. First, his integrity stands without blemish. Next, if he has so offended, he would have weighed thy brother by himself, and not have cut him off. Someone hath set you on. Confess the truth, then say by whose advice thou camest here to complain.
And is this all? Then, O you blessed ministers above, keep me in patience.
An officer to prison with her. Who knew of your intent in coming hither?
One that I would were here, Friar Margaret.
My lord, I know him. 'Tis a meddling friar. I do not like him.
Let this friar be found.
Blessed be your royal grace. I have stood by, my lord, and I have heard your royal ear abused. First hath this woman most wrongfully accused her substitute, who is as free from touch or soil with her as she from one ungot.
We did believe no less. Know you this friar Lord of which she speaks of?
I know him for a man divine and holy, not scurvy nor a temporary meddler as is reported by this gentleman.
My lord, most villainously believe it.
Well, he in time may come to clear himself. But at this instant he is sick, my lord. Came I hither to speak is from his mouth. What he doth know is true and false. First for this woman to justify this worthy noble man so vulgarly and personally accused, her shall you hear disprove to her eyes till she herself confess it.
Good friar, let's hear it. Do you not smile at this, Lord Angelo? Oh, heaven, the vanity of wretched fools. Give us some seats. Come, cousin Angelo. In this I'll be impartial. Be you the judge of your own cause. Is this the witness, Friar? First, let her show your face, and after speak.
Pardon, my lord. I will not show my face until my husband bid me.
What, are you married?
No, my lord.
Are you a maid?
No, my lord.
A widow, then?
Neither, my lord.
Why, you are nothing, then. Neither maid, widow, nor wife.
My lord, I do confess I ne'er was married. And I confess besides, I am no maid. I have known my husband, yet my husband knows not that ever he knew me.
He was drunk then, my lord.
This is no witness for Lord Angelo.
Now I'll come to it, my lord. She that accuses him of fornication in self-same manner doth accuse my husband, and charges him with such a time, when all depose I had him in mine arms, with all the effect of love.
Charges she more than me?
Not that I know.
No, you say your husband.
Why, just. And that is Angelo, who thinks he knows the ne'er who knew my body, but knows he thinks that he knows Isabel's.
And this is a strange abuse. Let's see thy face.
My husband bids me, now I will unmask. This is that face, thou cruel Angelo, which thou once sworest was worth the looking on. This is the hand which with the vowed contract was fast be locked in thine. This is the body that took away the match from Isabel, and supplied thee at thy garden house in her imagined person.
Know you this woman?
Carnally, she says.
Enough,
My lord, I must confess I know this woman, and 5 years since there was some speech of marriage betwixt myself and her, which was broke off. Since which time of 5 years I never spake with her, saw her, nor heard from her, upon my faith and honor.
Noble prince, I am affianced this man's wife as strongly as words can make of vows. And my good lord, but Tuesday night last gone, he knew me as a wife. As this is true, let me in safety raise me from my knees, or else forever be confixed here a marble monument.
I did but smile till now. Now, good my lord, give me the scope of justice. My patience here is touched. Let me have way, my lord, to find this practice out.
Aye, with my heart. There is another friar that has set them on. Let him be sent for.
Would he were here, my lord, for he indeed hath sent the women on to this complaint. Your provost knows the place where he abides, and he may fetch him.
Go, do it instantly. I for a while will leave you, but stir not you until you have well determined upon these slanderers.
Call that same Isabel here once again. I will speak with her. Pray you, my lord, give me leave to question. You shall see how I'll handle her.
Not better than he, by her own report.
Come, mistress. Here's a gentlewoman denies all you have said.
My lord, here comes the rascal that I spoke of here with the provost.
In very good time. Speak not you to him until we call upon him.
Mom.
Come, sir. Did you set these women on to slander the Lord Angelo? They have confessed you did.
'Tis false.
How? Know you where you are?
Where is the Duke? 'Tis he that should hear me speak.
'Tis he, my lord. Come hither, goodman. Baldpate, do you know me?
I remember you, sir, by the sound of your voice. I met you at the prison in the absence of the Duke.
Do you so? And do you remember what you said of the Duke?
Most Most notedly, sir.
Oh, do you so, sir? And was the Duke a fleshmonger, a fool, and a coward as you reported him to be?
I protest. I love the Duke, as I love myself.
Such a fellow is not to be talked withal. Away with him to prison.
Stay, sir. Stay a while.
What resists he? Help him, Lucio.
Come, sir, come, sir, come, sir. Froth, sir, you must be hooded, must you? Will it not off?
Thou art the first knave that e'er maged the Duke. First, Provost, let me bail these gentle three. Sneak not away, sir. For you and the Friar must have word anon. Lay hold of them.
This may prove worse than hanging.
What you have spoke, I pardon. Sit you down. We'll borrow place of him. Sir, by your leave.
Oh, my dread lord, let my trial be my own confession, immediate sentence then, and sequent death is all the grace I beg.
Come hither, Mariana. Say, wast thou e'er contracted to this woman?
I was, my lord.
Go take her hence and marry her instantly. Do you the office, Friar. Go with them, Provost.
I am more amazed at his dishonor than at the strangeness of it.
Well, come hither, Isabella.
Your Friar is now your prince.
Oh, give me pardon.
Your pardon? For this whose salt imagination hath wronged your well-defended honor, you must pardon for Mariana's sake.
But as he adjudged your brother, and Angelo for Claudio, death for death. Haste still pays haste, and leisure answers leisure. Like doth quit like, and measure still for measure. We do condemn thee to the very block where Claudio stooped to death. And with like haste, away with him.
Oh my good lord, I hope you will not mock me with a husband.
It is your husband that mocks you with a husband. We do instate and widow you all to buy you a better husband.
My dear lord, I crave no other nor no better man. Oh my good lord. Isabel, sweet Isabel, will you not lend a knee?
He dies for Claudio's death.
Most bounteous sir, my brother had but justice in that he did the thing for which he died. For Angelo, his act could not o'ertake his bad intent, and must be buried, but as an intent that perished by the wind. Thoughts are no subjects, intents but merely thoughts.
Merely, my lord.
Your suit's unprofitable. Stand up, I say.
I do bethink me of another fault. Provost, how came it Claudio was beheaded at an unusual hour?
It was commanded so.
Had you a special warrant for the deed?
No, my good lord, it was by private message.
For which I do discharge you of your office.
Pardon me, noble lord. One in a prison who should by private order else have died, I have reserved alive.
Go fetch him hither, let me look upon him.
I am sorry one so learned and so wise as you, Lord Angelo, have still seemed should slip so grossly, both in heat of blood and lack of tempered judgment afterward.
I am sorry. That such sorrow I procure, and so deep sticks it in my penitent heart, that I crave death more willingly than mercy. It is my deserving, and I do entreat it.
What muffled fellow's that?
Here is another prisoner who should have died when Claudio lost his head, as almost like a Claudio as himself.
If he be like your brother, for his sake is he pardoned. And for your lovely sake, give me your hand and say you will be mine. He is my brother too. But fitter time for that. By this, Lord Angelo perceives he's safe. Methinks I see a quickening in his eye. Well, Angelo, your evil quits you well. Look that you love your wife, her worth yours. Yet here's one in place I cannot part. You sirrah, that knew me for a fool, a coward, one all of luxury, wherein have I so deserved of you that you extol me thus?
Faith, my lord, I spoke it but according to the trick. If you will hang me for it, you may, but I had rather it would please you I might be whipped.
Whipped first, and hanged after. Proclaim it, Provost, round about the city, if any woman wronged by this lewd fellow, as I did hear himself swear there's one whom he begot with child, let her appeal and he shall marry her. The nuptial finished, let him be whipped and hanged.
Marrying a punk, my lord, is pressing to death, whipping and hanging.
Slandering the prince deserves it. She, Claudio, that you wronged, look you restore. Joy to you, Mariana. Love her, Angelo. I have confessed her, and I know her virtue. Dear Isabella, I have a motion much imports your good. Whereto, if you'll a willing ear incline, what's mine is yours, and what's yours is mine. So bring us to our palace, where we'll show what's yet behind, that meet you all should know.